What's up, everybody? Dr. Giggles in the house. And what's today's date? It's Thursday, November 8th here. And this week, we are going to be talking about a lot of stuff. Because we technically did the Grove Show really quickly on SFNEOnline's Facebook. And because I wasn't anywhere near my computer because I was doing a video walkthrough of Fairtown, getting it ready to see what was going to happen for Saturday, and we're going to talk about Saturday. I even have two small clips that I am going to show, and if you don't like bad words, if you don't like violence, if you get offended easily, we'll let you know, and then you can tune out or not pay attention. Because I will say they have bad words. There is a little bit of violence in it, not a lot, but some people may get offended by it, and, you know, it is a haunted house. It's like an extreme one, and it's kind of crazy. And we'll talk more about that, talk about the video coming up for it and all that. But we're also going to be talking about IAPPA, Florida, a little bit of Factory Terror because we didn't get to talk about it, about our second visit when we went the weekend before last. We're going to talk about the somehow strange happenings about possibly Six Flags buying SeaWorld and Busch Gardens. We're going to talk about that. There's other tidbits of news that are going on. We're also going to ask the viewers, you, and even if you're watching this after the fact, even while during IAPPA is going on, you know, things you want to see. We're going to go over the announcements that are going on and talk about some of the stuff, especially stuff that I found out of other things. And we will, in fact, ask you guys what you want to see. I mean, this is what we do. We're going to cover it. We want to know what you guys want to see, and that's what we're going to do. And we'll see whatever else drops in the news that I got written down. And in Lindsay Entertainment asked if I'm taking off to IAPPA tomorrow, and the answer is yes. I mean, my flight's not till 6 o'clock at night, but Saturday, we're going to be off and running, doing stuff. Sunday, doing stuff. And we're going to talk all about that because while we're out and about, I want to make sure that we cover the stuff that you guys want to see. We are, and when we get into that, we'll talk more about live streaming and stuff like that. So we'll be able to get into all that. And I think, I really think that this show this week is going to be big. It's going to be long, not totally long, but it's going to be fun for everybody, I think. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see what happens because I think it's definitely going to be one of those cool things. So, right, instead of me jibber-jabbing, let's get into the news. We're also going to give away this tonight. Remember, I don't know how many of you saw the post, the picture we had up about this. This was an exclusive for Rhode Island Comic-Con last year. I actually have like two more of these. So when we hit the 600 subscriber mark, I promised that I would give this away, and we did. We're at 605 right now. So anybody that's watching this that's new to the thing, make sure you subscribe, all that good stuff. Share this out so more and more people can watch this tonight. And we're going to pick a winner. I'm just going to randomly just check out who the subscribers are and just ramble off an aim. And then we'll contact that person. And we'll see what happens. See, Nelson says, I got in the haunted houses at SFNE on the stormy Saturday through Terror Tales, and Terror Tales and Aftermath weren't open. Yeah, it sucks when you do that and you're rolling the dice, you're taking a chance, because obviously those two haunts are at, what do you call it? Yeah, they're in the woods. So if it gets muddy and crappy and all that, you're not going to be able to enjoy them, because I will say Fairtown was pretty muddy. You know, because think about it, the night before it was pouring, they closed that night and then opened up Sunday night for it. And, you know, for those that were on Friday, and it was muddy. It was wet. It was interesting. Yeah, Rhode Island Comic-Con was this past weekend. And if Rhode Island Comic-Con is the same weekend, again, I'll probably miss that because we're going to get into some more of that stuff. When we talk about Factory Terror and some other stuff. So, all right, so let's get into the news, and then we'll get into all the good stuff that everybody wants to know about. All right, so we're going to start off with, Disney. Disney has officially dropped Johnny Depp from the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, and they're going to be rebooting the movies. But the only reason why I bring this up is because who cares? It's a movie. What do you think the implications of the future of the rides are going to be? Because those that haven't been on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, and those that have been on it, you should know by now that there are different various scenes that have Johnny Depp as, excuse me, as his character in the movie. And is that going to change it? I mean, are they going to go all about and rip it out at some point? Like when the new movies come out, if they become popular? Are they just going to stay there? I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I don't know what you guys think. I mean, if the reboot of the movies happen, well, they said it's going to happen. I don't know how many years away we are from that. But if it becomes popular and to, I guess, get away from the old... Well, I mean, they could keep it because the original ride was there for so long. But I think if they go to... Hey, what's up, Infinite Coasters? If they want to refurbish the ride and tie it in with the new movies, is Johnny Depp going to be taken out now? I mean, that's an interesting thought process that I have. I don't know if anybody else thought about that. I don't know. Also in the news with Lake Compounce, they are going through different tiers of passes now. They got the Black Friday sale going on. The Gold Pass is $89. Gold Deluxe is $160. Silver is, $59.99. So basically, this is what your perks you're going to get for these passes. So for Gold Deluxe Pass, you get over $700 in value. You get unlimited 2019 summer admission. Admission into the Haunted Graveyard walkthrough is $27.99 plus tax. You get, it says one free Haunted Graveyard walkthrough. Admission and Holiday Lights, free soda, 3 Bring a Buddy free any days. New Bring a Buddy for even less, $10 off in May, June, September, and $7 off in July and August. Early water park admission dates, June 15th, June 22nd, and June 29th. New 25% off food and retail. Exclusive in-park savings. New 20% off at Bear Creek Campground. You get a souvenir cup, new unlimited locker rentals, $20 food voucher, and new Bring a Buddy free every day in May and June. The Gold Pass, which is the former Diamond Pass, $500 in value. You're going to get unlimited 2019 summer admission. Admission into the Haunted Graveyard walkthrough is an additional cost. Admission into Holiday Lights, free soda, 3 Bring a Buddy free any days. You're going to get that same Bring a Buddy for even less than $10 off in May, June, September. $7 off in July and August. Early water park entry admission dates are the same as the above one. 20% off food and retail. $10% off Bear Creek Campground. Exclusive in-park savings. Souvenir cup. 5 free locker rentals. $20 food voucher. New Bring a Buddy free every day in May. Now the Silver Pass, which is the former Platinum Pass, you're going to get $400 in value. You get the unlimited summer. The admission to the Haunted Graveyard is additional cost. You get the Holiday Lights, free soda, 3 Bring a Buddy free days, Monday through Wednesday. New Bring a Buddy for even less. Early water park admission dates the same. 10% off food and retail. Exclusive in-park savings. 10% off at Bear Creek. So if you want to get the passes, they're on sale now. And you can save some... they're changing their passes. I say there should be a Will Turner standalone movie about him as the captain of the Flying Dutchman. I would like that. I would enjoy that. I mean, I don't know what direction they're going with the Pirates of the Caribbean. I guess they want to try to distance themselves from Johnny Depp because I guess he's a mess right now, drunk and in kind of money problems and all kinds of stuff going on. And Disney's on the rampage to get rid of anything negative as much as they possibly can, get it out of here. They're trying just to ditch anything bad that has anything to do with anything that they own. They want it out. If you're doing bad, you're out. It's just the way it is. It's crazy times. What used to be acceptable in the past is no longer acceptable. Everybody's just too afraid. Everybody's too politically correct. The world is changing. I don't know for the good or for the better. I don't know that one yet, but we'll see what happens. I don't know. So for Edaville out in Massachusetts, you can go online and get reservations for VIP Santa. His package includes admission to Edaville theme park, home of Christmas Festival of Lights in Thomas Land. General admission ticket is included and does not need to be purchased separately. It's $40 and a child gets a gift. They also have an Edaville Express train package for $49. Didn't really give much detail on that. I know we're going to go for the Christmas time and check that out. I hate going, in the Northeast in the cold, especially if you're going to ride rides, but I do it because, it gets me out of the house. I enjoy getting out of the house and doing something cool for Christmas. So this is right up my alley. We did it. I think the last time we were there was like 2014. They didn't have Thomastown. So we could check that out, see what's open, ride what's open, and have some fun. All right. So we all know that the World Series is over. Boston Red Sox are the champions. So that means Six Flags Magic Mountain now has to fly the Boston Red Sox flag at the entrance. And they also have to rename their Revolution roller coaster the Red Sox Revolution for the first weekend and holiday in the park. So congratulations to the Boston Red Sox, and Six Flags Magic Mountain gets to have a little love, a little fun with the Boston Red Sox. So I think that's pretty cool. I just read a section on deviance in my sociology textbook today. That's cool. All right, so Comcast, which is Universal, they announced their third quarter revenue. And it says the theme park revenue decreased by 1.4% to $1.5 billion in the third quarter, reflecting unfavorable impact on attendance as a result of severe weather and natural disasters in Japan. Adjusted EBITDA decreased 6.5% to $725 million for the third quarter, reflecting lower revenue and an increase in operating expenses for the 9 months that ended September 30th. Revenue for the theme park segment increased 4.7% to $4.2 billion. Compared to 2017, reflecting higher per capita spending. Adjusted EBITDA increased 3.8% to $1.8 billion compared to 2017 due to the higher revenue, partially offset by an increase in operating expenses. So if you're a stockholder, there's your info, and then you can see what the stock's doing. Now, this next segment will push into the Six Flags segment. So SeaWorld announced their third quarter revenue and all that stuff. So it was a good quarter. The third quarter snapshot shows $96 million profit, a share gain of $1.13 per share. And they have a revenue of $483 million, which beat Wall Street expectations. Now we're going to roll into the Six Flags rumor, which is crazy. Yeah, I saw about the Luna Park removing the air race, and do you think... do I think it'll go to New England or maybe the Great Escape? What would have New England done? Well, here's the thing about the air race. I don't know if they're getting rid of it or it's going to another park. I mean, they're taking it out. It's going away. I know that they've had problems with that particular model. A lot of times that I've gone there, it's been closed. I mean, like they've been working on it and then it reopens and I ride it. I don't know if that particular model's going somewhere, and I honestly don't see Six Flags New England buying that. Especially, that ride has a lot of issues, and I'm going to tell you why. I love the ride. I think it's fantastic, and I do wish more parks would get them, but Zamparella has an issue with these rides. I mean, think about this. There's every single one of those planes, the arm has a motor on it. I've seen them have issues with the compression for the restraints. The motor's blowing. I mean, it is what it is. You're going to roll the dice and take a chance. I mean, for the most part, the parks that have them still, they're okay with it. I know Fun Spot had the small version for a little bit and then ripped it out real quick. I don't know why or what, but it's going out of that one. And they opted for a different ride. I just don't see Six Flags New England buying that used ride. Could it go to Great? I don't even think it would go to Great Escape. Honestly, I think if anybody's going to buy it, It's going to be a smaller park. Not, I mean, it'll be small, like, I mean, Great Escape could potentially buy it. They might, but that ride's been there since at least 2010. So that's an 8-year-old ride. I don't see any Six Flags or big company buying it. I mean, unless it was just about giving away. That's the only thing I can think of. Unless they were practically giving that thing away, I do not see Six Flags or Receipt of Fare, but I just don't. The type of ride that it is, the prone to problems that the air races have, I just don't see him getting it. So, yeah. And then Thunderbolt would have been themed to Dodgers. Yeah. So, but Red Sox won, so now Magic Mountain's got to do the deed, which is great. But I don't see, in my opinion, I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, look, I was wrong when people were talking about Wicked Cyclone coming. And I was like, nope, that ain't happening. The ride's too small. I just don't see the air race that's leaving Luna Park going to Six Flags, New England, or Great Escape. I just don't see that. I could be wrong. I'm not always 100% right. I just don't think in my mind. And speaking of Six Flags, all this talk about it just popped up the other day. Everybody and their mother was posting Six Flags is in talks to buy SeaWorld. So they would acquire 11 properties. They'd have all the 3 SeaWorld parks, the 2 Busch Garden parks, all the water parks that from SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, etc. They'd get Discovery Cove. I don't see that happening. For one, it's going to cost them like over $5 billion to buy it. Plus take on $1.5 billion in debt. They already have $2 billion in debt. I don't see Six Flags doing it. I mean, they could, and it would probably help them in the long term. I just honestly do not see Six Flags buying it. I mean, especially because now SeaWorld's starting to get back like in a... They're getting out of their rut. They've hit the bottom. They're growing. You know what I'm saying? I don't see SeaWorld going for cheap. And I don't see Six Flags coming up with magical cash to purchase. See, I just don't see it. I mean, what do you guys think? Anybody that's watching, leave me a comment here. Do you think Six Flags is actually going to buy SeaWorld? And, I mean, one, it gets, if they did, it puts them in the Florida market for sure. But then you got a problem. If Six Flags was to buy SeaWorld, what do you do with San Antonio? You know what I'm like? Do you keep the SeaWorld name? Do you get rid of Busch Gardens? Do you get rid of SeaWorld? Do you rename them all SeaWorld and get rid of the Six Flags name? I mean, even though the other Six Flags, do you keep them separate entities? Do you bring them into the Six Flags family? And then people wonder what's going to happen with the meal plans. One, are the prices for the passes going to be cheaper? Are all passes overall going to go extremely higher? Are they going to create more tiers of memberships and passes so that you can get all of the properties involved? I don't know what the answer is to that and how it would work out. I think I heard one of the main investors in SeaWorld got kicked out for one reason or another. It's only a 21% stake. I don't think it I mean, still, here's my thinking on this. Even if Six Flags was to jump in and get a 21% stake in SeaWorld, but you don't really have... Do you really get main control? I mean, can you come in there and go, we're changing it to Six Flags and mixing it? Like, how does that... How would that... Why even bother? Like, does Six Flags see something we're not seeing? Is it a move to eventually own all of SeaWorld? I really don't know what is going to happen with this. And just like you, Cody, I feel that, honestly, let's face it, Six Flags being a theme park, yes, they put some theming. It's not like Disney Universal theming, or even theming for SeaWorld is hand over fist better than anything Six Flags. I mean, look at Journey to Atlantis. Look at that ride right there alone. That thing blows away just about anything that Six Flags has. Look at like the queue line for Manta. Look at all the stuff that SeaWorld has done for their rides, their animals, and all that other stuff. I can't see Six Flags maintaining that level of awesomeness. What are you going to do? Keep filling it up with Super Loops and stupid rides that most people don't care about? You know, everybody says I'm a Six Flags fanboy, but trust me, I'm what do you call it? I'm more of a fan of Six Flags because the price point on the season passes. Six Flags, I can get to more Six Flags than I can see the fair parks or most other parks. So yes, I'm more of a Six Flags fanboy, but I do enjoy other parks. But the point being is, I'm being critical of this is because I don't want SeaWorld to lose their theming. I don't want SeaWorld to become this. I don't want SeaWorld to become Six Flags. I enjoy SeaWorld for what it is. And what it is right now, what it stands for, and what it does. I love the shows. You do get an education on animals, and you get to see animals that you would never get to see in real life unless you had a boat and scuba dived and saw a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I like that aspect. SeaWorld puts in some pretty decent rides, and they put in some pretty decent theming. Six Flags' idea of theming for the most part is, hey, let's put these metal cardboard cutouts that are like signs and make it look like there's some cool theming. Now, for what Six Flags does, they're not going to go crazy with theming, and I get it. The best thing that I've seen Six Flags do with theming in years was the Justice League ride. I applaud them for going like that and doing that. That was simply, like the money they put into those Justice League rides and what you got out of it and how they work, phenomenal. Amazing, phenomenal. I wish Six Flags would take more care and do more rides like that. Even if it's generic theming, like pirates or zombies or whatever. Chickens, goats, I don't know, whatever the theme is. Witches, warlocks, dead bodies roaming around and shoot them. But the thing is, I wish that they would step up, spend a little bit more money on theming. I mean, I know they don't have Disney money where they can't, look at Expedition Everest at Animal Kingdom. I think that coaster, I'm just saying the coaster itself is like a $6 million, under $10 million coaster, but they spent over $100 million to build the mountain, to do the theming, to go crazy. Six Flags don't have that kind of money to waste on rides like that, and I get it. Like, I totally get it. But you can't, I don't see this working out. I don't see anything good out of Six Flags buying SeaWorld. I think somebody else should buy it, but I don't know. Lindsay says, I feel Hershey would be a better choice for taking that minority stake because they would keep up the theming. Since they wouldn't have control, they wouldn't have to deal with the animals. I mean, they would be a great... even Merlin would be great, too. I know Merlin was doing their thing and they bailed out because of the animal thing. See, a lot of companies don't want to touch SeaWorld because of the animals. Because of the whole killer whale thing. They're kind of like, let's back off here. And people don't want to touch it. It's a shame, but, I mean, think about it. You can't take... I mean, I get it. The PETA and all these animal activists... They got SeaWorld to stop breeding, and whatever killer whales are left, that's it. And then when they're gone, they're gone. They'll just bulldoze that and put rides or whatever they're going to put in there. But you can't take the current animals that you have now that have been there in the captivity for a while. Most of them can't survive in the wild and they'll die. That's my take on it. That's what I feel about that. And my last tidbit of news, for those that like to go to Roger Williams Zoo, they are finally opening up the new rainforest exhibit that we've been waiting for to open up in Providence, Rhode Island. It is, I think November 29th, I believe, is when it opens, at like 10 a.m. If you have a zoo membership, which I do, I can go in an hour early and check it out before the crowds get there. And I may or may not do that. I don't know. I'll see what the day brings when that comes up. I would like to check it out, see it, all that cool stuff. All right, so we have some more topics. We're going to leave IAPPA as the last topic. So we got a Factory of Terror, Worcester to talk about. We got Factory of Terror, West Warwick to talk about. And we got Fairtown Extreme Fears. And the reason why we're talking about these Factory of Terrors is, one, we were there the weekend before last. And we got to film it again. We did behind the scenes. If you didn't know, you can go on this YouTube page and see there's a behind the scenes video. There is also the monsters of Factory of Terror. And what that entails was, we had a lot of footage. And I didn't want to see it go to waste. So what I did was I took a lot of the footage that wasn't behind the scenes, but wasn't during the haunt, and took place in the queue line. So basically, if you want to watch Devin get tortured and see some cool stuff with Jessica getting... the gist of it is, one of the supervisors named Derek... he was like doing, like, we were just like in the back asking questions. He was giving answers. We were seeing how they were doing the makeup, talking to people, talking to different scare actors and stuff. And let me tell you, they're an awesome group of people. Like, put everything else aside. Like, you can tell in the back, everybody gets along. It's like a giant family. Everybody's cool. Nobody was like a jerk. Nobody was like, get that camera. Everybody was like, they saw the camera. They were loving it. And, and then like when they were in character after we left the makeup room, and Derek was in full costume and he started messing with Devin, and it was awesome. He had like a little like velvet satchel with stickers and chalk in it, and he drew a box around Devin and made Devin stay in the box. He made Devin sit down. People were messing with him, and then I don't know what the character or the person's name was, but it was this woman, and she had like Stitch facing stuff going on, and she sat in front of him and started putting little confetti on him, and it was cool. And then Jessica got involved in some stuff, and then like, how like Six Flags New England does the Awakening, they have their own little version of it where they open the metal gate where you would go in for the queue, and then they come out and they start messing with the crowd, and they do a really good job of what they do. And then one of the guys, Joe Allo, and he was actually in the chat in the last show, and he was that picture we put up on the screen named Stitch. And he was nuts. I really wish I could release the walkthrough footage that we have. I mean, you saw the review. You've seen this video, a lot of him in it, and it was crazy. Even the fact that Jessica was almost throwing up again from that bathroom scene. It was definitely just a scene that had to be shown. I mean, I love the reactions. I mean, they went nuts. They went ballistic with when we went through. I mean, in the clown area, it was nuts. We actually played Ring Around the Rosie, and did it fall down, ashes to ashes, we all fall down. That the Stitches dude was like, once we caught up to that guy in the haunt, he was in every scene after that. That dude is like crazy beyond belief. Like his makeup that he does, if you watch the behind the scenes, he tells you what makeup to use, different techniques. They open the doors. They were like, yeah, cool, show this. Like, this was cool. And they loved it. And I love it when a haunt or whatever opens their doors and is like, yeah, check out what we do. This is cool. And a lot of the people were saying that they saw an uptick in attendance based off of the videos released. So it helped them out. And remember when I said a little while ago about possibly not being able to do Rhode Island Comic Con? Well, I want to say Thursday or Friday night, one of the supervisors contacted me. I don't know how many of you went Saturday night. They did the all proceeds go to the Worcester Food Bank. But they invited us out to, it was volunteer. Nobody got paid, not even the normal workers. It was all for charity. But they offered for us to come down and we could scare in the haunt. And But they knew that I was going to do Fairtown. They didn't know what day I was doing it. And they said, if you're not doing it on this day, you're more than welcome. You guys can come down. We'll get you set up. You can do it. Da-da-da-da. So, but we had to decline because the night they were doing it was Fairtown night. But I said next year for sure we will do it. So next year we'll let you know, and then you can get scared by us. It's cool. If you haven't checked it out, I know some people checked it out after seeing the reviews and were like, yeah, it was cool. Some people didn't like that went through like near the end and the pacing was off. And I'm just going to take a bunch of comments that I got. I'm going to give them to Derek and everybody and just say, hey, you can't always help it. Sometimes things happen. Pacing is one of my biggest pet peeves. But somebody said they would have gave it 5 out of 5 Jessica Zombie heads if they didn't bump into another group. We didn't, but sometimes we do at haunts. You can't control it. It's tough. It is really tough not to bump into other groups. It's tough. But overall, next season we'll start pushing out the videos that we did this year. You know, as it gets closer to Halloween season. So to remind you, hey, go check this place out. It's on the top of the list. Now, with that being said, we're going to move on to Factory of Terror West Warwick. Now, there's a reason for this. And if you saw on SFNEOnline's Facebook page, we made a post. SFNEOnline off-season event. Now, the Factory of Terror people at Worcester contacted West Warwick and were like, you got to work with these guys, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And the lady said that she saw an uptick in attendance after we put out the reviews. So we're helping them out. I'm not saying we filled the joint and we're like miracle workers, but they saw a little bit of an uptick because of it. So that's great. So make sure when you go to a haunt after you see one of our reviews, make sure you tell them when you buy a ticket, be like, hey, I can't wait, I'm excited. SFNEOnline told me this place was awesome, or whatever. Let them know. You know, we're trying to gauge how much goes into it. And next year that we're going to do the same things that we did for Worcester. We're going to do the same things for West Warwick. So we'll do it behind the scenes. We'll do, we'll film the walkthrough. We won't be able to release it, but we'll get the best clips that we're allowed, you know what I mean, and put them out. But the reason for the off-season event is they do things all season long. Like they do events, private parties, where you can, they keep the haunt up all year round. So when I talk to their supervisor, manager, they do a thing that you can book time to do laser tag inside the haunt so you can run through the haunt, get scared at the same time. So I am going to, when I come back from IAPPA, I am going to get all the information, like pricing, how long we get, see if we can somehow be able to get food, like if we want to take a break. Because I don't think, like say we could get like 2 or 3 hours. I don't think you want to run around for 2 or 3 hours to, what do you call it? Straight. I mean, I will if that's what it is. But so basically, what we're doing is we're getting feelers out there to see who would actually be willing to go to West Warwick, Rhode Island, to go to the Factory of Terror and play laser tag. Off season, the parks won't be open. It'll be wintertime, but it'll be cool to play laser tag and they'll scare you while you're playing laser tag. So, if that's something you guys are into, whether you're watching the show now, by all means, let us know. If you watch this after and you see this, leave us a comment down below saying, hey, yeah, I would be definitely interested in this. So, yeah, that's definitely something we're going to do. And, yeah. And they also said if we want to come scare anytime, too, we're more than welcome. I mean, I've never, done it for a real haunt before, and I've always wanted to. I've always wanted to learn the haunt business. So it's something that they're allowing us to give it a whirl and try out. They set the rules, we dress up, and they tell us where to go and what to do, and we do it. It should be interesting to see. And if we are going to go scare sometime during the Halloween season next year, I'll make sure we put a post out and say, hey, make sure you come out and check it out and try and find us in the haunt. You know? And it'll definitely be cool. So let's get into Fairtown Extreme Fears. I don't know how many of you care about it. Now, from this point until we're done with it, I am not going to say the bad words. I'm not going to do the... I'm not going to do the violence. There's one clip that's like 1 minute and 56 seconds long, and there's another clip that's like 20 seconds long. So I forewarn you, if you get offended, and I know we try to keep this show as family-friendly as possible. With this, and before we get into all that, I'm going to say that you guys know I try to keep SFNEOnline on social media and YouTube as family-friendly as possible without all the naughty, bad stuff. It is Halloween. It is a haunted house. It is extreme. And we do have the go-ahead and allowed by the owner of the haunt that we can post the full entire walkthrough from beginning to end. So that's what I've been working on. It's going to take a couple weeks, 2, 3, 4 weeks to... I mean, I've been editing out. It's night vision cameras, so basically when you're in the haunt, it's going to look black and white. If not, it would be either pink or blue. And I didn't like the way it looked, but for black and white, it looks better. You will see it in entirety. Nothing is cut out. We're just going to change it. Like if it's slow going, we'll just throw some creepy music in it. Try to get everybody like involved into... You know, I just don't want it to look slow and stupid. I want to try to keep the tension going the whole time. But I will say this. We made sure that we were the last group to go through. And we went Saturday night. We didn't get in the haunt until... Our time was not until 12:30 at night. 12:30 a.m. And it took an hour and 15 minutes to go through. Now you can see the review of what we were talking about. And I don't need to go over any of that. If you really want to know more details, go check the video. But I will stress this. There was 14 of us that went through. Now, I had told the owner ahead of time last Thursday that there's going to be 14 of us. Make sure you turn up the heat even extra than you normally do to scare the hell out of the girls and everybody else, which they did. I talk about pacing, right? I always talk about pacing in haunted houses and how crazy that if your pacing sucks, I hate your haunt. Right? Let's be honest. I mean, doesn't matter how much theming and how cool the actors are. If you can't contain the pacing, I'm not going to enjoy your haunt as much as I would love to. But with that being said, with the 14 of us, it was only me and 3 other people for 98% of the haunt. There was only a couple times where we found each other. Like, I didn't see Jessica for anywhere between 30 and 45 minutes. I was always with Luco, Danielle, and Jimmy. It was always us all the time. Because, I mean, there's some crazy stuff. And things that I will tell you, the way that it started off was you went into the, like the work van, like the kidnap van where they give you the, oh, free candy, I'm going to kidnap you. And there's a whole story going on, and bam, things happen. There was like some cool clown stuff. People were getting, I'm talking, they were plucking people out of our group all the time. People would there was so many of us, the first person they get plucked, I didn't even know they got plucked. You'll see that in the video, and they're like, you don't even know who we took. And they're like, there's so many of them. There was so many people. But they really separated us, and it was great. I mean, my father, poor guy, he turned 73 on Thursday, and he went through it, and he ended up alone most of the time. Because like he had to crawl and he couldn't really like keep up with a lot of people. And I mean, you're literally getting grabbed, you're getting thrown around, you're getting bags over your head, you're getting stuffed in coffins and chased around with chainsaws. And poor Luco got a real chain wrapped around his neck. They wrapped the chain around his neck, dragged him out into the other room, and then the next room was where you got a bag on your head. And the kind of bag that they put on your head was like, like the cheap drawstring bags that you would, they were putting those over your head. And then you had to hold a rope and go through. And when you see the actors interacting, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some moments where it's not like crazy. And I get it. I guess you don't want an hour and 15 minutes of constant terror. You could probably kill somebody from a heart attack in that. I noticed there was quite a few areas to slow you down. So that, you know, you wouldn't bump into an actor for maybe 2 or 3 minutes. And then you wouldn't actor for 10 or 15 minutes or 5 minutes or however long. So if you're getting the gist of all this. So what we're going to do is, once I'm not even going to edit any of it tonight. I'm going to get back to it when I come back from IAPPA. We are, matter of fact, the owner of Fairtown will be at IAPPA, and let me see. I went out and I bought him a portable 1 terabyte drive. It's only $50. And I put all the footage on this for him. I got to make sure I put that in my camera bag so I don't forget it when I leave for IAPPA. They're going to take the footage, edit the hell out of the footage, and use it to start promoting, you know, next year for extreme fairs and and all that stuff. So he was amped about it. He was pumped about it. And I haven't really searched YouTube or anything. I don't know if there's any full walkthroughs of Extreme Fair. They have the policy where there is no cameras allowed, because you can see in the video, and you know, they were like, oh, why are you filming? You know, but we were playing along. I'm like, oh, I'm capturing my death. Most of the actors knew that we were filming. Not everybody got the memo, which is fine. No, but there is no footage that's going to be shown that ruins any of the shots. That, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, so there's no nothing to ruin the video, which is great. I believe Danielle and Jimmy got pulled aside when they snatched me. Hey, what are you doing with the cameras? And then they were like, oh, all right, okay, we heard about, okay. They didn't realize it, so I just don't add their footage of that. I have to cut that out. So, but other than that, it didn't really ruin what's going on. I can cut a little, you know. I don't know how long this video is going to be. It's definitely going to be over an hour. So be prepared. So when we do release it, make sure, maybe I'll do one of them stupid YouTube premiere things they're doing, so we can all watch together and talk about it and whatever. You know, we can chit chat while we're watching, and maybe we'll do that. But we are doing, I didn't want any peeking. This is what I did, because I didn't watch all the footage. What I did, what was it, Sunday night, I literally did not go to bed Sunday night. I finally went to bed Monday night. I stayed up for 12 straight hours, and I just, like, I took all of my footage and just laid it out. I wanted to see how it was going to, just to start an idea how to play it out. And I added a little, I didn't watch all the footage at the time. There was only like a little bit of footage that was in the video. It was the full length of the haunt, and I sent it to Luco. I sent it to Jessica. I showed my dad, and I showed, when I actually uploaded to YouTube, it was unlisted, and I showed my grandfather. My grandfather wanted to see what we would, you know. My grandfather's never going to get in it, and he doesn't even know what the hell YouTube is. He's going to be 95 in February. So what I did was I showed everybody the footage, and yeah, it works out in the end that we were all split up, because the way I'm going to cut it is it's going to show me going off and then kind of go back a little bit to where they are behind me coming. So you're going to, it's not that you see it double, but you see everybody's different things, because there's so many different experiences going on. And right now I'm going to play the short clip. It's 39 seconds long. And when it's done, I'll come back and talk. I want you guys to pay attention to the scene. There is bopping of noodles, and there is some bad words. So I'm pre-warning you. If you're a kid and you're not supposed to watch it, you've been warned. I don't want to hear your parents complain. Please. You know, if you're offended, just don't watch it. Put it on mute. Go take a pee or something. Get a snack. That's the world we live in. We got to put warnings on everything. But watch this scene, and we'll be right back right after this scene. No? Okay.
You looking at over there? Waiting for who? Waiting for what?
Nothing.
You giving me fucking lip?
Okay.
How many of there are you?
You giving my brother a hard time, dummy?
No, not at all.
Better
All
not
right,
be.
get the fuck off my bridge. You two, come on. Don't forget about you. Come on. Hey, big boy. Want to party? Oh, we can party all night, brother.
All right, so that was Piggy scene. So you get an idea of kind of, I mean, that's not even really the intense part of it. That's like, that scene right there is pretty tame compared to what they do in the rest of the haunt. It's pretty tame. And so the ending, the guy with the noodle at his neck, that was my father. That was one time that he actually did catch up to us. So yeah, it was crazy with that. And when we get done talking about Fairtown, we'll do the, how long is the other video? The other video is 1 minute 56 seconds long. And then, then we'll talk about IAPPA. But the other thing that I liked about it was you can't touch them. I mean, people have bumped into them by accident, and it happens. It's an accident. Oh, Jesus. Almost done with my cold. And I don't know, it's just refreshing because all haunts to me are like the same. You go through, you got your theming, you got your actors, they can't touch you. They're not intense, they're not scared. I mean, I wasn't scared in the haunt, but I don't know. It was just fun because when you guys actually see the full length video, and like Nelson, you're 10, definitely not recommended. I mean, unless your father says it's okay, definitely not recommended for you to watch. You're 10. You know what I mean? The haunt says not advised for anybody under 18. Devin backed out like a little girl. Well, not a girl, but he was scared. He doesn't want to be touched. I get it. He was definitely upset about it. He started yelling and swearing at me because he didn't want to go. He was just like, nope. And I get it. And so Jeremy went, and Jeremy's turning 14 in December, and Alyssa is 13, I think. 12, 13, something like that. And I don't know how many of you know Cliff and Judy Sales. They're ACE members. They took Nicholas through. He's 12. But regardless, I mean, you can take kids. As a matter of fact, the owner told me when I met up with him at at the haunt, some parents brought a 4-year-old through the haunt, and the workers were like, "What do we do?" And they were just, people know what they're getting into when they take. Well, anyway, when you go in that haunt, you know what you're getting into. They said it's the safest 2 nights of the year. They don't really have any issues. Nobody got hurt. Nobody was bleeding. Nobody got scratched. Nobody was dying. A lot of people, like, you'll even see in the video, Danielle was terrified. See you later, Nelson. Nicholas was scared. Even Cliff had a couple moments. Judy was like a trooper. She was just like, hey. And, it was definitely crazy. So I guess it's up to the discretion of the parent when you're taking kids. That's number one. Number two, when you go in, you can't touch them. They're going to mess with you. It's just one of those things where you just go and you have fun. See, a lot of people, when you talk, I'm going to mess them up, I'm going to punch them, you can't. That just ruins your time. You're kicked out. Maybe you go to jail, whatever. You're not going to get hurt. You're not going to get killed. And you know what? The people that I thought were like going to go nuts and hurt somebody, they listened to me. They put their guard down. They had a blast. They played along. Everybody loved it. The only one I don't think that wants to go back is Jeremy, because like Jeremy was a bit terrified in the video. When you guys will see, I mean, he had a regular GoPro on. You can't really see much in his camera. The only scene that I know of right now that I'm keeping is when they had the bag over his head, because you can see kind of like lights of something going on around. It's mainly dark, but you can listen to him, and it's funny as hell because he's pissed. It was great. So right now what I'm going to do is I am going to show you the 1 and 56-second clip. It's a Christmas scene. It's hilarious. This is like, another side to it. And then we're going to talk about IAPPA. So hang on, let me pull it up here. Here we go.
Get this large ruin blocking my view, so I can't really see everybody. What are you still doing here? Halloween's over. Let's go. It's time to celebrate Christmas.
There you are.
Yeah. Once you stand next to my Christmas balls, okay? Be careful, they're really sensitive. Everybody come on in here. What is this, a group of 100? Oh, you want to keep this forever and ever, don't you? Well, you're my little Christmas cookie, and I'm going to give you a little bit of sugar right there. A little bit of sugar for you. You too, Mr. Body Camera. You want me to put the powdered sugar on the camera, too? Oh, that's what you missed. You should have paid the ticket instead of just watching it on YouTube. What is this, a tentacle? And then for you, oh, sorry. You're sugar-free. Nobody likes sugar-free cookies. We're gonna throw you away in the trash later on after everybody leaves. The dog won't even eat it. All right, I want to hear something from everybody. Halloween sucks! Halloween sucks! Louder so Santa can hear it! Halloween sucks! Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
My nose fell off!
His nose fell
All right,
off.
I'm not really Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I'm just a regular reindeer, okay? I'll give you some of your money back. Now get the hell out of here! Get out! And don't wake up Grandma!
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too, sir! Put your dishes in the dishwasher, will ya? Jesus!
All right, so there was the Christmas scene, and I thought it was funny. I didn't play the version that I wasn't in on that scene. That was the other group. The scene I had was a little bit more adult, so I didn't want to play it on the show. It went a little deeper further than it should have. And it was funny. But nonetheless, that if you get an idea of what's going, I mean, and it's funny. It's like you look at that and you go, "That's it." It's a lot worse than that, and especially like. See, I'm not going to give any more away, but there was a lot of crazy stuff. And the cool thing is the people that seen the review, and the people that we told about the haunt and all the crazy stuff we went to, so many people want to go with us next year. And here's a great thing about the haunt. They have to tear that down every year. They can't keep it up. They have to start with a blank canvas, so they change it every year. So it's not the same thing. They invest. It is an expense, but they keep changing it every year because they don't want you guys to go this year and then go next year and it's the same exact thing. And then you go, well, I'm not going to go back because it's the same thing. So they totally change out every year. Haunt. They might utilize some of the same facades, but he was great with that. He didn't do that with my cameras. He did that camera that you could in that clip was my brother holding my Sony camcorder. That wasn't edited. I didn't touch the audio. I didn't touch any of the video. That was just straight raw footage. There was, I think there was like 3 or 4 cameras in that room. So I have different angle. And the best part about it is every angle of that room is covered. So I can use one straight audio and just cut between different cameras when he's in different people's faces. I mean, that's how in-depth we're going to be getting with the editing, and that's why it's going to take weeks, a month to edit this thing out. I mean, I'm only up to about 9 minutes of complete edited, minus adding extra audio in it, for effect to add intense moments and stuff. I mean, they do have a lot of, sounds in the background playing, and it's okay. But like the slow areas when there's nothing going on and nobody really talking, I'm going to add some music just to kind of help the scene along, because it's kind of boring like looking at it. I mean, it gives you a breather, like and then it's like picks back up, and then you get a breather, you're like and it's just great what they do. And I don't want to kill anything off that is in it, so that's just what we're doing. It plays out well. It's great. You guys will see it. Again, we're going to do a viewing party before we release it to show the owner of Fairtown, any of the actors from Fairtown that want to come up and see it. We're gonna send private invites out. Don't be offended if you don't get it, because I think I'm going to do the YouTube premiere thing that they got going on, where you can watch along with people. That's like viewing party number 2. I mean, if I could invite everybody, I would. My house can only hold so many people. So, it is what it is. All right, so enough of Fairtown and haunted houses. That time's over. I before I forget, there is a piece of news that I have to tell you guys about. I forgot to say it in the news. I just remembered it. I don't know why I didn't write it down. I'm an idiot. Ice Fest, December 8th and 9th at Six Flags New England. It's only those 2 days. They're going to have ice skating rink. And they got an ice bar with an ice luge for alcohol. They got a whole bunch of cool things coming on. But that stuff is only going to be for those 2 days. So make sure that you pick a day and go, because the same weekend is, what do you call it? Fright Kingdom Christmas thing. I got to buy the tickets tonight, matter of fact. So, yeah. Remember that. December 8th and 9th. And as we get closer, I'm waiting. I have a few questions out to Jen McGrath. She's gathering me a bunch of information for Ice Fest. And Holiday in the Park in general. Because Holiday in the Park starts on Black Friday. So remember that too. All right, so IAPPA. So let's talk some IAPPA. For those that don't know what the hell IAPPA is the, the International Amusement Park. It's an amusement park trade show that takes place in Orlando, Florida. So what they do is, and for those that haven't been, what's up, Infinite Coasters? For those that haven't been to IAPPA, it has anything and everything to do with amusement parks. Water parks, amusement parks, anything to do with the go-karts, any video games, everything to do with the industry. So, in a minute, we're going to go over each day's itinerary of announcements with the companies, and then I'll tell you which ones that I personally want to check out. And Luco has some that he wants to check out, and we're going to keep going back and forth and making sure that we get as much coverage. We're going to record what we can. We're going to take a ton of pictures of what we can, and we'll get you everything that we can. Fair enough, right? Fair enough. So when you hear something, by all means, shout it out in the chat that you want us to cover it. If you're watching this like tomorrow or over the weekend, shout out things you want to see us cover. And also remember in your head for the rides that have already been announced for next year, and you know the companies that are putting out, making that ride, make sure that you say something. See, Luco's never been. And my reaction last year, and if you watched the show when I came back, was it's a total sensory overload. Yeah, International Associated Amusement Parks and Attractions is IAPPA. If you what I would call like a coaster nerd, an amusement park, like you're really into like knowing about all the aspects from engineering and seeing how it works and seeing cool things in person. Like you're just a fan of this kind of industry. And if you can go, it's the place to be. It's just amazing. It's awesome. My mind was blown. I didn't know which way to turn, which way to look. There's too much cool stuff. I got to see it all when I went. I know my coverage sucked last year. I didn't have a plan in place. And I don't have too much of a plan in place, but I got ideas more than I did last year, because last year was my foot in the door, learning how it works, what to do, the rules of how and what and where and why and all that. So this year I have a better idea of what I want to do, a better plan of attack. I mean, I don't have like an itinerary for every little movement and every booth at what time I'm going to get to. I get to them as I get to them, but I know what I want to do. So let's start with itinerary of announcements. IAPPA starts on Tuesday and ends on Friday. Tuesday is all the big and major announcements. Everything else is just not as big, not as important. They do, for some reason, by like before 3 o'clock, all the stuff is done. Like all the major stuff, which is fine because we're gonna be at Magic Kingdom for 4 o'clock to go to Mickey's Christmas party. So anyway, so from 10:15 to 10:35 a.m., SeaWorld Parks and Entertainment, IAPPA Central, booth 3831. 10:40 to 10:50, Premier Rides, booth 5100. 10:55 to 11:05 a.m., Skyline Attractions, booth 4869. 11:15 to 11:45, Whitewater West. They have 4 booths, 2235, 2239, 2243, and 4413. I don't know how the hell you got 4413. I don't know how that works, but it's crazy how like the booths are. And on the floor in front of the booths is the number of booth. Hey, what's up, John? All right, so from 11:55 to 12:20 is Sally Corp, booth 2267. If you go to IAPPA's website, you can see the interactive map, I guess, of where all the stuff is laid out. 12:30 to 1 p.m. Dynamic Attractions, booth 1073. 110 to 135 is Extreme Engineering, booth 3466. 145 to 210 is S&S in Kennywood, booth 2217. So that's Steel Curtain. You know I'll be there for that. 220 to 245 is Daniel's Woodland / Madame Tussauds, booth 469. 255 to 320 is Poland Water Parks. 330 to 4 is Zamparella. 410 to 420 is Zamparella Give Kids the World. 430 to 455 is Lou Boo Booth E7332. Now, the ones that I know that we're trying to at least cover, I got to talk with Luco more, but SeaWorld, Premier, Sally Corp, possibly Dynamic Attractions, S&S, and the Madame Tussauds one for that day. And then we're going to get out, grab a bite to eat, go to Magic Kingdom, and then we're going to go live a million times during Disney's Magic Kingdom thing. You know, we're going to see Edge Effect, the parades, the fireworks shows, whatever else that we can find for Mickey's Christmas party. And if there's anything for Mickey's Christmas party, make sure that we'll let you know when we're on the way, and if there's things you want to see, because I'm going to show you something, speaking of Mickey's Christmas party, and we'll finish off IAPPA. If you look at this, here is the map. This is like the, what do you call it? When you get inside and you see the guide, that's what they're going to show you. That's what you're going to see. That's not what they show you, but that's what you're going to see. So if you look to the left, your left, it says entertainment. They got Mickey's Most Merriest Celebration, Castle Forecourt Stage. I don't think I've ever watched that. And then they also have the Frozen Holiday Wish. They have Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Parade, which is excellent. Holiday Wishes, that's in the skies above Cinderella's castle. Totally Tomorrowland Christmas. That's the same thing as we have that video up on here for on the YouTube from I think like 2009 or something like that, or 12. I can't remember, but I got the video up. You can find it. There's the Edge Effect. The Edge Effect is an a cappella group like what is it? You know, the popular a cappella group there. I can't think of their name. Something Phonics, whatever they are. And then there's Club Tinsel. I went live from there last year. You had the reindeers and stuff dancing around in the club, and it was cool. They got Storybook Circus, Disney Junior Jingle Jam, and then they got special character appearances. They have event merchandise. They have the full event collection on the Emporium on Main Street. They got trading pins. They got magic bands. Oh, maybe I can get a magic band, because I bought a magic band. Let me see what I did with it. I think it's in here. Give me a second here. I bought a Magic Band, so I didn't have to deal with a lot of stuff. We also got all the Fast Pass, the Fast Lane Pass crap booked and all that. But yeah, I bought one of these. I got it in the mail the other day. It's already linked. It's Nightmare Before Christmas. That's not the Christmas party themed one or whatever. Regardless, anyway, yeah. So basically, you don't have to walk in with a print. You just walk up, bang, and you do it to get into traction. Sometimes if you go up to certain things, they work. They do certain things. And then they got, if you see the peppermint pole, that's where you get holiday treats and they're free. So if you go to different, you can get a snowman soft pretzel and a snow cone. You can get ginger molasses cookies and eggnog. You can get a variety of holiday favorites. You could get chilled apple cider and Dove chocolate. I hate it. That was my least favorite. I don't like chilled apple. It's not regular apple cider. It's like the champagne kind of sparkling. It's disgusting, and I don't really care for chocolate that much. You can get, and then you got peppermint crunch cookies. I don't care. You can get snickerdoodle cookies and hot chocolate, which they're fantastic. You can go get chocolate chip cookies and snow cones. There's other specialty foods that you can buy. So yeah, it's going to be cool. You can't see me. Why can't you see me? Oh, wait, you can't see me. Oh yeah, because of the thing. That's funny. Okay, so yeah, there I am. I'm back. So that's the end of that. So yeah, I was going over the thing with you so you could see the thingamajiggy while I was talking. And yeah. Yeah, pentatonics, that's what it is. Yeah, I'm definitely watching the Edge Effect. And for those, I have the Edge Effect performance on this YouTube channel because they were on Oasis of the Seas when we were on. And that's how I found out about the Edge Effect. And then when I found out, because I follow them on Facebook, that they were going to be at every night of Mickey's Christmas, I was pumped. Jessica's kind of like a little like jealous of it, but I'll live stream it so she can see it. I mean, we may do, you know, we possibly potentially could do a live stream of It's a Small World from Magic Kingdom, like a one-time, or live stream some rides. We're definitely going to live stream parades and shows and stuff like that. So those at home that can't be there can at least see it. And if my battery runs out, then I'll record it. And then we can, I mean, it's going to be recorded anyway. And we'll put the better recording up on YouTube, but you'll be able to, what do you call it? Be able to watch it live from the comfort of your home. Now, I don't know. I know a lot of it's going to be on Facebook. I don't know how many people are going to watch it on Twitter. I don't know how many of us follow on the SFNEOnline _online Twitter page, because there's still the other SFNEOnline Twitter page that Zach has control of still. So I may just do Facebook Live. I may do some YouTube Lives, you know, throughout, you know, all the stuff that we're doing. So before we get, you know, way too deep into that, let's finish the rest of the the announcement. So if there's anything you guys want to see, you let us know. So Wednesday, 10:15 to 10:40 a.m., Brogent Technologies / Legoland. 10:50 to 11:20, Triotech. 11:30 to 11:55, Accesso. I believe that's like the ticketing place, like that, like Six Flags, Cedar Fair, and some other places use. 12:05 to 12:30, the Weber Group. 12:40 to 1:05, Sensei Technologies. 1:15 to 1:40, SimWorks. 1:50 to 2:15, Gravity Group. 2:25 to 2:50, Wallotopia. 3 to 3:25, Feld Entertainment. 3:35 to 4:05, Saudi General Entertainment Authority, IAPPA Central. So that's Wednesday. Thursday is 10:15 to 10:40 a.m., Great American Recreation. 10:50 to 11:15 a.m., Ride Entertainment. 11:25 to 11:50, Ideas Extremis. 12 p.m. to 12:25 is Cavu Design Works. 12:31 to 1 p.m. is BMI Merchandise. 1:10 to 1:35 is Zip Flyer. 1:45 to 2:10, Magic Jump. 2:20 to 2:45, Arrant Water Park Equipment. 2:55 to 3:20, Embed. 3:30 to 3:55, Studio Interiors. 4:05 to 4:30, Major Mega. and that's Thursdays. Oh, yeah, see, I don't even remember my own rap. I'm funny. 10:15 to 10:40 a.m. on Friday. Glinda Fluke and Company. 10:50 to 11:15 a.m. Eunice Technology. 11:25, 11:50 Brunswick Bowling. 12 to 12:25 Brand Vending Products. 12:35 to 1 p.m. Cart. I guess they're like go-karts or something. So that's all the announcements. So as you can tell, each day they're not like the major most watched companies. They're the little guys. The good thing is, even if you miss the announcements, all the stuff still stays there. The roller coaster cars, you can still talk. If they got time to talk with you, they will talk to you. You know, it's better to try to get an interview set up. And I tried setting some up. I'm waiting to hear back things. There was like a VR one, like you can get some game time, like some VR arena thing. And I know Luco likes technology stuff. You all know about my VR. I'm trying to set up something for Wednesday or Thursday during the day to play the game, do an interview. I'll let Luco interview him. You know, if we can get that, because I'll be the cameraman. Because honestly, I could care less about VR. I don't like it. I wish it would die, but that's just me. You know, my biggest complaint about VR is I don't like the goggles, and I can't wear my glasses with the goggles, and I can't see what the hell's going on anyway, so who the hell cares? It's a waste for me. I know a lot of people that are lucky either wear contacts, don't wear glasses. Enjoy your VR experience. I'll enjoy the real world. You know what I'm saying? I'll enjoy the real world. That's just me. Now, there's a lot of crazy rules, and I mentioned this before a million times, and I mentioned it last year about filming. We do know for a fact that we can either bring a point and shoot, a small camcorder, or a cell phone to use that doesn't need an escort. Which doesn't make any sense because I can get just as good quality on any of those as a big camera. I mean, some of the bigger cameras are obviously going to have better... Jesus Christ. You know, you get what I'm saying. So, starting Tuesday and all the way to Friday during IAPPA, you are going to see 10 tons of pictures going through. They're going to be on Instagram. They're going to be on Twitter. They're going to be on Facebook. And then we're going to try our best to edit videos while we're there. Not at IAPPA itself, but if we have time in the room, we're going to try. You can't wear glasses with VR that they won't fit. They always tell you to take your glasses off, and no amount of refocusing is going to make it clear enough. I'm a blind fat guy. We'll leave it at that. There's just no... I remember all the times it was blurry. I couldn't like totally enjoy any of the the VR that I've done. You know, because I can't get a clear picture like I can with my glasses on. I can get it better, but I can't get it perfect. I guess I'm not legally blind, but I'm probably getting there. So, plus myself and Luco have to decide what we're going to do this Saturday because we don't have anything planned, which is fine. We might take off and go to Fun Spot in Kissimmee and go because he hasn't gotten the Wood Coaster credit over there. So we might go do that. I mean, that day we can just kind of like veg out, chill, you know, the calm before the storm, go hit some, you know, some small places, go hit some like funky attractions. I want to talk to Luca. I don't want to like just dictate and go, we're going here. You know, there could be like a little weird little side attraction he wants to go to. You know, I just come up with ideas and I go, hey, do you want to do this? Do you not? Is this something you want to do? I'm not a jerk. When you go with me, I want to make sure everybody's happy. Luco's never been, so I want him to get the most out of his IAPPA experience. Sunday, we're going to Animal Kingdom. He's never been to Animal Kingdom. And he was like, well, what should we do for the Fast Pass? I'm like, dude, pick whatever you want. You ain't never been there. I'm like, I've been there twice. I'm like, I love the place. I'm okay with doing whatever. So, you know, you'll see stuff from Animal Kingdom. And wherever we go Saturday. Sunday, you know, Animal Kingdom. Monday, we're going to go to the press office, go get the press badges, and then I think we may hit up the water park. That's dependent upon... We don't have to buy the tickets till we get there or whatever. You know, I saw some like rain in the forecast. And we know how the rain can be. It could rain all day. It could rain for 10 minutes. I don't know. But I wanted to go to Volcano Bay. I mean, I'll switch it up. I'll go to Volcano Bay on Saturday and go do whatever on... We're getting soaked at Animal Kingdom. Oh, yeah, we're going to go do and I've never done it, the Rapids ride. I've never done it. The kids never want to do it because every time we were there, it was like 60 degrees, 50 degrees. It was cold. You didn't want to get soaked, but we're going to do it in the morning. We're going to do Avatar for the first time. We're going to do a bunch of stuff. It's going to be amazing. And we're going to get you as much coverage as possible for you guys to see. We're going to vlog it. We're going to live stream stuff. We're going to take pictures. This week is going to be crazy. There's not going to be a lot of videos coming out on YouTube this coming week. So that's why I made you some live streams here and there on YouTube just to kind of keep the algorithm going. I don't want people to go, where the hell these guys go? You know? So, you know, maybe like if I'm waiting at the airport or something, I'll, you know, live stream. And just be like, hey, here we go, you know? Whatever. You get what I'm getting at. Well, the problem is the Fast Pass wasn't, it wasn't available. Because you can book all the stuff ahead on time. That wasn't available. The other Avatar ride wasn't, and the Safari wasn't. Everybody used their thing for that. So what we're going to do is we're going to get there right for opening and run to Avatar. And just wait in the line in the beginning. They say for the first like hour or two, you get like a half hour, 45-minute wait. It doesn't have extra magic hours, so when you get in, you're in just like everybody else. So we're just going to have to suck it up, and I'm going to hate that. I hate waiting in lines. I hate it. I mean, that would be cool to live stream from airplane, but I don't want to disturb anybody. You know, I don't want to piss anybody off. That's not what I'm trying to do. Not at all. But, so yeah, I will tell you this. I did find that we got an awesome invite from Icon Orlando and the Starflyer there on that property, that company. If we present our press badges, we get one free ride on Icon Orlando, which is the giant Ferris wheel, and we get one ride on the gigantic 450-foot tall Starflyer. We get free rides, which is awesome. See, it's like every year they have somebody offers something cool like that, and I love that. Like last year, we got a tour and free admission into Ripley's. This year we're getting... No, do Ask Me Anything on Instagram if you're waiting at the airport or on plane. That's perfect for that. Yeah, I could do that. I've never done one of those Ask Me Anythings. I just didn't figure anybody gave a crap to want to actually talk to me and ask me anything. So maybe I'll try it out and see what happens. It is the normal SFNEOnline Instagram account that we're going to do it on. And we'll see. Maybe we'll do that. My flight takes off at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Maybe I'm leaving. I always get to the airport like 2 hours ahead of time because I got to go through security, and then usually I want to go get a coffee, play pinball or whatever because they have pinball machines there. So yeah, I would definitely think about that while I'm sitting there waiting. Let's sit there and go, ask me anything while I'm at the airport waiting to go to IAPPA. That's a good, see, you got some good ideas there, buddy boy. Definitely got some good ideas. I like no underwear. I don't, look, go ask, what color underwear do you like? I like no underwear. One thing that, for those that like pinball, Stern Pinball, Chicago Gaming, and Jersey Jack have booths. And I don't know how many people seen this, but the other day they finally announced the Beatles pinball machine. Now the Beatles pinball machine is ridiculously expensive, and it's basically they took their old Sea Witch playfield and added a spinner and a spinning disc with a magnet on it, and they're charging The cheap model's $7,600. I've heard conflicting reports on the middle and high one. I heard 10 grand for the middle and 25K or 15K for the other ones. No, I'm flying out of Providence. But Providence has pinball machines. They only have 2, but they have pinball machines. I've heard 10 and 15K. I've also heard 25 and 50K for the Beatles pinball machine. They will not post the pricing online for this machine. You have to call a distributor to get pricing. It's expensive, but the whole point of that is the machine is going to be there at IAPPA. So we're going to get video of that playing. There's also, I'll be able to get footage of Deadpool pinball machine, so we can get that up like we did last year. I'll go and talk to Jersey Jack, and they just started shipping out their Pirates of the Caribbean pinball machines. And Chicago Gaming is, I don't know if they'll have it on the floor. I assume so. I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure they're going to be bringing Monster Bash remake pinball machines with them. I don't know how many of you have seen the Monster Bash pinball machine that was built by Bally Williams in the 90s. Well, they're making brand new ones. They have the rights, and they had to go through Universal Studios to get the rights to use because it's based off of the Universal movie monsters, Wolfman, Dracula, Frankenstein, Brand of Frankenstein, so on. So they had to get the rights to use those again, and yeah, it's crazy. So I want a Monster Bash really bad. I really do. But yeah, we're going to be covering everything that we can. And if there's anything that if you guys see anything from IAPPA that you want to see us cover, let us know. If there's things. Oh, also Thursday night is what they call the premium event for IAPPA. It switches parks every year. Last year was Animal Kingdom with Avatar Land. This year it's Universal Orlando. You're going to get exclusive ride time on Transformers, Jimmy Fallon, Fast and Furious, Rip Ride Rocket. I don't know if I'm missing anything. But there's also a private concert by the Bare Naked Ladies going on. They're going to have drinks and appetizers and stuff. This is after hours when the park's closed. And so we'll do what we can. We're going to that event, and we're going to kick it and hang out and have a ball. So we'll try to get as much footage as we possibly can of what we can, and roll with that. And then the following Saturday, we're going to go to SeaWorld because Jessica's flying up on Friday. We're going to go to SeaWorld on Saturday because she's never been. I believe that's what she said, I think. Or it's been like a million years since she's been. In any case, so we're going to go to SeaWorld. We're going to enjoy SeaWorld. And then maybe Sunday before our flight's on till like 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. So we're going to go to Fun Spot Orlando during the day. And go ride some rides and just hang out and kick it and have a good time. I mean, that's really the gist of it. So, again, leave comments. Hit us up on Facebook when you see posts. Don't be afraid to say, hey, can you really, show me this? It could be anything that's there. You want to see something from RMC or B&M or Premiere or Chance. Maybe you want to see... Yeah, I didn't talk about that, but I will give you my thoughts about that. Charles asked, did I see the Six Flags survey with the Flash Pass and my thoughts? I seen that, and I don't like that idea at all. I think it's stupid. The cool thing that I saw is when I took the survey, you click one, and then it asked, would you buy it in real life? And I would click, no. I like that you can pick the one that you like the best, but go, no, I wouldn't buy this. I think there was only one. There was one that was a really good deal, and it made sense, and it was cheap as hell. It was like the Platinum Flash Pass for like $5 a month, and it gave you like. I just don't like that they limit how many rides you can do. I was like, no, I don't want that. Nope. So honestly, I get what they're trying to go for, and you know that it's coming. If they're putting a survey out, it's coming. Unless everybody goes, unless every single person who does that survey clicks one and goes, no, and they go, well, nobody wants it. That's the only way you're not going to get it. If you get a decent percentage of people go, yes, 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 we're screwed. Yeah, I don't want that. I like the benefits I have in my membership now. I don't want to pay extra for that. I'm already paying enough. I'm already paying enough. I make it sound like a horrible thing, but still. You're giving me these benefits. Now you want to change these stupid whatever. I don't like it. I hope more people that watch this or has half a brain clicks one that they like and go, no, I will not buy it. I like this one. No, I will not buy it. I like it. No. And then when they go, why does anybody want to buy it? Because nobody wants to pay for that crap. We all get it. We all already, you know what I mean? Like with the, whatever, depending upon what tier membership you have. I have Diamond Elite, so I get my 2 free every visit. I'm happy with that. I don't care. You know what I mean? I'll wait in some lines for certain things, and then I'll use the 2 passes on the most popular rides that I want to ride. That I know that I want to ride and I don't want to wait for, and I'm going to use my 2 passes on that, and end the story. I don't want to pay $5. There was some that were like $30 a month extra for stuff, and it was stupid. Six Flags, if you're watching this, wake the hell up. Stop trying to nickel and dime everybody. You want to know why you didn't make as much money? Because you're pricing everybody out. Granted, you're taking everybody's money every month for the passes, the memberships. And if you get a membership, you get parking and whatever. That saves money there. Then you got to pay for the meal. Okay, you got to pay for the meal plan. Meal plan's worth it. Now you're nickel and diming for every little thing. If I want a flash pass, I'm gonna go get a stupid flash pass. End of story. I don't need to pay extra money to get, and it's not even unlimited rides. There's like 5 rides per visit, 15 rides per visit, 10 rides, 20, 25. I think there was even a 30. I don't want a limitation on my fast pass. If I get a flash pass, I want to get my Q-Bot and I want unlimited rides. I want to ride all day what I want, and if I'm spending all that ridiculous money, that's what I want. I don't want your monthly plan to pay for a stupid flash pass. I just want to, when I want a flash pass, I will buy one. When I don't want one, I don't want it. Because here's the problem. I'll give you an example. We were hanging out with the New York City rep, Dave Finkelstein, during Riding of the Bull. He didn't have a Diamond Elite membership. A bunch of us did. And we went and got skip the line passes, and he couldn't do it. It's like, what do they call it? Like, I can't think of the word. I'm having a total brain fart, but like different tiers of, like you got poverty, rich, middle class, whatever you call that. I'm totally having a brain fart today. But you get what I'm saying. Class. It's like class warfare. That's what I'm getting at. Because he didn't even get his new pass yet. So he couldn't do what we did, so he went and did his thing, and then we met back up with him later. I get it. I get it. Amusement parks are there to make money. They're a business. They're not there to give it away. I mean, they give the gate away mostly. I mean, when you're buying a Diamond Elite pass, all right, that I feel that's like a good, like, that's where the ticket prices should be. I know people are going to be like, no, we need them cheap. No. See what happens? You want to know why Six Flags, like, if you look at their stock reports, like their quarterly reports, and they're not making a lot of money, you know why? Because they're not charging enough. And you want to know why every park isn't getting a crazy roller coaster every year? And you're getting Lost and Loopers and, excuse me, stupid, Jesus, I'm a mess tonight. You're getting stupid, crappy rides. You want to know why? They got a lot of debt. They got over $2 billion in debt. That's number one. Number two, I mean, they're going to have debt forever. And they'll just keep paying it off, whatever. So you're going to have debt forever. That's number one. Two, they don't charge enough. Do you want to get out of debt? Charge more money. You can pay off your debt, you dummies. And then three, if you stop nickel and diming people will spend more money. You know what I mean? Think about the person who doesn't have a pass. They go one time a year. Right? And they buy, they're not smart enough to go online to buy a cheaper ticket. let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Say a person from the general public goes, okay, this is my one time of the year I'm going to Six Flags New England, we'll just say, and I got my ticket online for $30, right? We're all going $30 a piece. All right, crap. I got to pay parking, $20, $25, whatever the hell it is, right? So say it's a family of four. You paid $120, right? $120. Now say it's $20. I don't know what the parking is. I'll just say 20 just for whatever. So now you're at $140. Now that family of four is now going to buy a meal apiece. You might do lunch and dinner. So say lunch is going to cost you like $50, and then dinner's going to cost you $50. What are you at? $250, $240, whatever. Now the kid wants an ice cream cone. That's like $8, $10, and this one wants that. So you're spending $300-$400, and now you're not getting the return on the guest because they're like, wow, I just spent a boatload. I just spent a boatload of cash. I can't afford to go the rest of the season. That's the whole point. You got to find a happy medium. If you're going to give, they need to raise the prices. The food prices are ridiculously expensive, but I mean that's ridiculous profit for them. They got to make their money somewhere. I got to say the merchandise is priced great, and it's even better with the discounts you get. I mean, I spent more money this year on merchandise than I ever have. I mean, look, I bought Harley Quinn back there, and I was able to use my discount. I got half off of Harley Quinn. I've bought T-shirts, I've bought sweatshirts, I bought all kinds of crap, coats, and I did so at Great Adventure as well too. I've been spending money at them because one, the price line is better when you get half off with a Diamond Elite. You're saving money. Instead of that $20 T-shirt, now it's $10. I'd rather pay $10 than $20, and they're still making money. Trust me, they're making money. They just need to stop nickel and diming and trying to. It's becoming a problem. And they wonder why they can't make more money because people aren't going to be spending. They can't spend the whole paycheck on just to go for one day. That's ridiculous. A lot of people have to put that on a credit card and then pay it off over time. No, the family doesn't say that. It's weird. And I think I understand why. See, Disney is its own machine. Back in 2012 was the last time that I stayed on property. I stayed there for a week, and we did the whole Disney for a week thing. I had meals. I had the deluxe dining plan. I had park tickets, no park hoppers, for the whole length of stay, for 7 days. And the hotels, and it cost $2,500. We stayed at the All-Star Movie Resort. I priced it out. It's like almost double. It's like $4,000 now for the same deal. But see, Disney can charge Disney prices because it's so popular, and people are willing to spend that money. You want to know why? The experience you get is way different than you get at Six Flags. Six Flags is a theme park that I don't really. The theming isn't Disney Universal level. Okay, we'll go with that. It's a cheap level. They don't have Disney kind of money. They could have Disney money if they got their act together. But for some reason, I don't know what their ideas are. Like if I was the CEO of Six Flags and I was like, we need to do this. And they're not doing it. I don't know. Like I would love to sit in on the meetings when they decide what's going on. I would love to sit there and go, nah, this is, nah. The quality for a lot of the stuff, I have to say, the stuff that I bought for at Six Flags New England was quality stuff, like the T-shirts and stuff. I've bought some cups, like those tumbler cups that were awesome. No, I agree. Not everything is quality. I hate that they have stuff has nothing to do with Six Flags, like some weird clothing brand names that I can't stand, and I think it's so stupid. But I'm sure those companies are probably paying Six Flags to put it in, so they're gonna leave some room in the shop for it. Don't get me wrong. Six Flags has some crap in it that shouldn't even be there. And I mean, don't get me wrong. When I've gone to the Cedar Point in King's Dominion, I've seen some crap there. I guess it's all in the perspective of the buyer. I found some great stuff that I've bought at Cedar Point and, you know, different Cedar Fair parks. But every park has crap. You know, every park has some crappy quality stuff. Every park has it. No park is perfect. I mean, I do like that Cedar Fair has some different options versus Six Flags. And I wish Six Flags would do some different stuff that's like Cedar Fair does. Because a lot of the stuff, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the designs on a lot of the Six Flags merchandise. Some of it's cool. There's less cool and more in terms of design, but that's just me. It's not for me. That I pick out and buy the stuff that I love the design on. And I know somebody, you know, was like, you know, worked hard for their design, and I don't want to knock the artwork or what they did. To me, it just didn't make me go, woo, I had to have it. Now, there's people I've seen that were like, woo, gotta have it. It's all in the perspective of the buyer, what it is. I mean, what we're looking for, and I'm sure, I don't know what you buy when you go, Charles. When I go to a park, I want to have a cool t-shirt. You know, I want to get a few cool t-shirts, whether it's park-based, ride-based, like my favorite rides of the park. I want, and I like to collect things. So, different kind of cups, different kind of like Christmas ornaments, different kind of cool like park knick-knack things that I like. And it's kind of hot, you know, sometimes I get magnets, sometimes I get little roller coaster car things. You know, like they had little model things like Cedar Fair Parks were doing. I have some on the shelf back there. You know, I like stuff, you know, it really just depends. No. I agree with you, Charles. I'm not like, you know, I'm not taking it as a diss. I'm always up for discussing it, but I agree that I wish all parks had higher, better quality, and different type of stuff. I mean, you look at their counters, and I see this at Cedar Fair. I see it even at Disney. Not as much Disney, but mainly the smaller chains, like Six Flags, Cedar Fair, other places. Knoebels is hugely guilty of this. You have, like, these weird little jokey, stupid kid things. Like, have nothing to do with the park. Doesn't have the park name. Give you, like, one of them squishy jelly things you put in your hand, shake, and play with in your hand, and you can throw it around. It's like a sack of crap. I don't know what it is. There's all kinds of stupid back... I don't need a freaking back scratcher at an amusement park. You know, like this just weird, stupid stuff. Like toys. I get it. They're trying to like get some little extra income. And I'd love to know how much of that they actually sell. Because I don't think they really sell much of any of it. I never see people buying it. I'm sure there's a few. I don't think it's worth probably putting it in the stuff. If I owned a park, I would never put any of that stupid crap in it. Never. See, someday I want to open a family entertainment center, FEC. I will not. I mean, unless it's like the prize game stuff, but like if I have like a gift shop and stuff for sale, you will not see stupid crap in my gift shop. All right, we'll put it like that. Yeah. See, like I don't know if I have it or my mother stole it. I think I still got it. Who remembers the awesome like Bizarro sweatshirt they had? It was like embroidered. It looked like it was like bursting out of the chest thing. It was gray. It said Bizarro. It was cool. Like that was quality like sweatshirt. Most of the sweatshirts are just like anywhere else. And I get that. They're trying to get what I call is the best quality for the cheapest money possible to make the biggest profit as possible. That's just what they're doing. And you know, hats and stuff. Like, I get it. Six Flags, I would totally agree. Six Flags has, I would love to be able to go to Six Flags New England and sit down with them and go, nope, new design, nope. But I don't. I don't work there. It's not my job. I don't want to tell somebody what to do, but I would love to tell them what not to get. Like, I get it. You're going to put in the different stuff. You're going to have your DC characters. You're going to have your Looney Tunes. You're going to have your Six Flags merchandise. You're going to have your Six Flags New England stuff. I love that they're upping it and adding more ride t-shirts. I wish that they would have some better designs for Six Flags New England. And the same thing goes, it's just very generic. There's nothing that stands. I mean, I don't want some, like, flashy, full-color, crazy-colored tie-dye kind of thing, but something with, like, a different kind of design that I don't know what that design is unless I've seen it. I would love to work with them and say, hey, try this, try that, do this, do that. You know, it's just the way I am. I don't want to deal with stupid. I agree. Merchandise is one of my biggest complaints about Six Flags, and I always email them about it. I'm like, you guys need this, you guys need that, you guys need this. Sometimes they bring it in, sometimes they don't. You know, I get it. They're limited on what they can and can't do, or maybe they just don't want to listen to me, and they just like, I love doing what I do. The hell with anybody else's opinion. I'm the king of this castle, and shut your mouth. That's what they could be saying to me. Well, behind my back, you know, I don't know. I really don't know the answer to that, but I wish I had an in with the merchandise person. I think I have the merchandise person's email. I think that was given to me one time, and if I have it, I'm going to email them and say, hey, look, can I come in and help pick designs or something? I really want to help you guys sell some merchandise. And get some better. I would love to. I'll have to look and see. If I do, I'll email them. You know? And I mean, I have the same complaint. When I was at CoasterCon and I was looking for crap to buy at King's Dominion, I had the same problem like I do at Six Flags. Not a ton of stuff. I did buy a few things. I don't think I bought anything at King's Dominion because I didn't see anything that stood out to me. I think I bought... Who the hell's calling me now? Oh, it's my mom and dad. I'll call them back in a minute. Hopefully nobody died or something. My mother never calls me at 10 o'clock at night. So, uh-oh. But in any case, regardless, what do you call it? Yeah, they, I just wish, I mean, I don't know what they're thinking their planning is behind, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what they're thinking and they're doing, like, when they sit there with their, whoever's in charge of merchandise. I don't know. I've never met anybody that's in charge of merchandise. I don't know what the process is of what they pick, who designs it, who does what. Does it come from corporate and go, this is what you're using, and they're stuck? Is it they have in-house people that design it and then they approve it and they go, okay, cool. Like, I don't know what the process is, and I would love to, I would actually like to like sit down and interview the person with the product, just to like, go and then have them show me, like, what is it you know, how do you pick what merchandise? How is it you do this? How is it you do that? You know, can I make a suggestion? Are you going to tell me to eat crap? I don't know. You know, it's just those type of things. I'm a big merchandise. If you have great merchandise, I'm a sucker and I will buy it. Like, I go to Knoebels and I buy tons of stuff. I go to Busch Gardens and I buy tons of stuff. I go to Disney and I buy tons of stuff. Why? The merchandise is great. I love the merchandise. Why is somebody calling me? Well, they're going to have to... Sorry, I'm in the middle of a show. If it's an emergency 911, I'll get to you when I can. Sorry. But yeah. So yeah, it's that's just my feeling on that. So before we get out of here, I don't know if I missed anything. But again, IAPPA starts Tuesday. We're out of here tomorrow. We're going to be hitting things. Be on the lookout mainly on Facebook. We will do some on YouTube live streaming. I'm not going to announce it. So make sure you have your notifications on so that it pops up and you go, hey, SFNEOnline is live from such and such place. So the Disney stuff, most of the Disney stuff is going to be live on Facebook. I will just do like some walking around different things. Maybe IAPPA. What do you call it? What do you call it? You know, walking around. Just live streaming a little bit. I can't like go crazy because I don't know what the live streaming rule is. I mean, I know you can videotape, but I don't know about live. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's very weird rules at IAPPA. It's very weird. So, you know, I just want to make sure that I play by the rules and not get kicked out. Because they can walk down, find where you are, kick you out, and you're out. See you later, partner. So I'm trying to make sure I play by the rules, but give the coverage. I know we're going to have fun. And again, if anybody wants to see anything in particular, like I was talking to AJ and he wants me to show him the premiere, for Steel Curtain and the one that's going out at Six Flags America. they're gonna have ride vehicles there that you could take pictures of, video of, and stuff like that. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna get out of here. There will be no Grove show next Thursday for obvious reasons. I won't be around to do it. And when I would be doing the Grove show is when that party at Universal's going on. I know it'll be sad not to look at my ugly face for an evening, but you'll get plenty of other coverage all week long. So I'm going to get out of here. I got to finish packing my camera bag and stuff. I will see you guys in 2 weeks, but anybody that watches the live streams and stuff, I will see you guys next week. If you see me at IAPPA, make sure you say hello. If you see me at a park during Florida or something, make sure you say hello as well. And I will see you guys in the next Grove show in 2 weeks. Till then, everybody, peace out. Keep on coasting, y'all. Peace.